Good afternoon, everyone. Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 3:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 8th, 2022. I'm going to pass it over to my son for the disclaimer.
Hi everyone. This is not financial advice. The opinion you should follow should be your own and or with a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes and to outline my own personal opinions as well. Make sure to subscribe and intraday updates on the handle below. Now to pass it on to my dad.
All right. Well, here we are, Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit. I know a lot of people are a little concerned about the price action and more importantly, with what's been going on the altcoin side. This is kind of a discussion that kind of permeates every single altcoin out there. So if you own NewCipher, The Graph, Quant, Link, RLC, any of the other altcoins that I cover on this channel, let me just be rest assured here that Bitcoin going down, Bitcoin dominance going up is a dual negative for the altcoin market. Before we get started, let's just run through a couple things. First and foremost, Bitcoin right now is over 40,748. This thing has done a few dippy doos. Look right over here on the 40 and a half handle, 40,500. We planned it exactly right. It does look bearish here. It's not to say that it will drop today, not to say that it'll drop tomorrow, but it looks like we could drop sometime between now and the middle part of next week, particularly right over here. And if we go and zoom out quite a bit more, we can see the next area of support that we talked about on yesterday's videos was right around here, around 37,400. It feels likely here, just given a lot of downward pressure. We're still not through 30 full days since the end of 2021. I think most people probably started taking advantage of their tax sales in the middle part of December. So that's where I feel like things start picking up again, which would be the middle part of January. But right now, we're not there yet. It's only the 8th of January still. And like I said, we could start to see a little further downtrend until we get to the first half of January. Now, this current support, again, is around 40,500 right now. And the next area of support is down here. Again, so we got another week to ride this out. This is not an enjoyable place to be. I will grant it to everyone. Honestly, I was hoping for a bounce sooner. In the meantime, Bitcoin dominance is really pulling up fast here. And that shows me that there's a lot of fear coming into this market. We talked about a possibility of a triangle yesterday, and certainly it started looking like not happening, and then it certainly wound up happening. We went up a good 1.5%. Look at this. All the way down here, only a couple of days ago, from 39.5 all the way to 40.5. But this thing took literally a few hours in the making, which is a pretty dramatic increase for Bitcoin dominance. And remember, when Bitcoin dominance is going up, remember what happened, and Bitcoin US dollar is going down, it means a double whammy for the altcoin market, because a lot of the alt to Bitcoin pairs are reliant on Bitcoin, either Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance, and the two are not working towards the altcoin market. So clearly a lot of altcoins getting hit a lot harder than we normally see. Now, this is starting to also look like a potential flag here, which means this thing could be going up further. And right now, just given where Bitcoin's been going, it sounds like this thing might wind up flagging and then breaking out to the upside again for further pain in the Bitcoin market. Now, I'm a big Bitcoin fan. Look, nothing goes up in a straight line. I say it on every video, but right now we have a 40,000 handle, almost 41,000. Not sure if we're gonna bounce off of here, hoping for the bounce, but right now it looks like, just given where Bitcoin dominance is and its flag, plus the fact that, we're still in the first week of January, it looks like this thing could see a spill down to 37. Not saying it will happen. Longer term, I'm incredibly bullish on Bitcoin in 2022. And again, look at these great articles. Just go online. You'll see plenty of stuff out there. Look, there's a lot of continued prediction around very positive momentum. The problem right now that we have with Bitcoin is it's entering in the possibility of a death cross. What's a death cross? The death cross is roughly where you see the 50-day moving average cross below the 200-day moving average. And just to, we'll just reminisce on this for a minute. You can see a little green cross on my screen, and I'll have to zoom in for you to see it. This is where the green line or the 50-day moving average goes over the red line, which is the 200-day moving average. So 50 days, you take the average of price. Each dot, each day represents the 50 days of the average. So you take 50 of the prior days and you average it out. And that's what this green line represents. As time goes on, it changes it. Every day that passes by takes the last 50 days, averages it out. On the 200-day moving average, same thing, except they go back in time for 200 days and take the average of the last 200 days. Now, looking over here, this is where we are right now, January 8th, 2022. This line here is the 200-day moving average. This line, the green line here, is the 50-day moving average. If the 50-day moving average crosses below the 200-day moving average, that's what's called the death cross. We've had it over here. It's hard to see because I got this big block in the way. But there is a death cross right there. 50-day moving average goes below the 200-day moving average. It shows me that momentum is negative and very bearish. So it could be happening here as well. And we're going to have to monitor this realistically. If we have a strong bounce here over the next 5 to 10 days, this thing can curl away and this thing could slowly go up as well, such that the space between the 50-day and the 200-day moving average diverge. And that's what you want to see, is divergence on the 50-day and 200, because the moving average for 50 days did not go below the 200-day moving average just yet. But when that does, and if it does, then we'll see a little bit more pain. And I expect that pain to happen pretty shortly. If this thing drops quickly, we could see that pain very soon. I think over the next week, again, we could be in very bearish territory until the mid-cycle of that wash day rule kind of we get to that halfway point, which would be in the middle part of January. And until then, I'll keep you all posted on Twitter. Talk soon.